All right, as we get started here, I'm just going to do a quick introduction of our team, and then we will be doing a fun icebreaker, and you're going to love it. And if you don't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. And then we are going to be doing a presentation where I will explain to you what is For the Need, what do we do, and all those fun things. And then you get to learn about how you can be part of For the Need, and it's going to be great. And in your packets, you'll see commitment forms, which we will be turning in at the end of the day. There's also a name tag in your forms, in your folder, so you can write your name on that, stick it on yourself. That'll be great. And we'll have that presentation. We'll have a Q&A at the end of it, so you can get your questions answered. Then we will have a break at 11. So we will have a break at 11. If it becomes 11 and there's no break, then yell at me. And then after that at 11:15, we have a guest speaker coming in. Her name is Serena. She is a social worker. We love her. She's presented here before, and she's going to be talking to you about the population we serve and how to be sensitive to that population, because they've had different experiences than a lot of us do. And we want to be able to really bond with them and all that. So she's going to help with that. There's going to be an interactive aspect. You're not going to be sitting the whole time. And then a Q&A at the end of that as well. And then at 12 o'clock, at 12:15, that presentation will be over, and Chick-fil-A will be here, and we will all get to eat Chick-fil-A together, and you can stay as long as you want to eat that Chick-fil-A and bond and further talk with each other. So without further ado, thank you all for coming. Our team here, I'm Allie Spaccarelli. I'm the one who's been emailing all of you. And I am staff here at For the Need, currently our only actual staff member, because we are a volunteer, motivated, and organized organization, and it is people like you who make what we do possible. And we have the founders, Mayan Spaccarelli here. Please raise your hand. Yo. This is Mayan up here. Viviana. You must have seen her at check-in. She's really, really good at that. In the future, volunteers will be doing these things. This is Grandma Carol with a K, and her husband Dan Spaccarelli. Where's he? Oh, he's there in the mix, yes. And they are Mayan's parents and part of the inspiration for why we do what we do here. So that is the team. I would also like to give a shout out to our sponsors. WM, Waste Management, has been sponsoring us. They are our primary sponsor for the year, and we are super grateful to have them as a partner. Salvation Army is one of our big partners. A lot of our kids come from the transitional housing units in LA from Salvation Army. And the Valley Church, See Church, Ventura County Credit Union, the Who Family Foundation, Larson's Restaurants, Gas Pack Media is here, and Happy Feet Productions. And we're just so grateful for all these different partners that have really helped us make what we do possible. So this is For the Need Foundation. We're so glad you're here. And you will see a little bit more about us. All right, so this is our team here. My parents, the founders, grandparents, Nathan with our dog Tara. Sometimes she comes to events, so we love bringing the dog to events, helps bring some of the kids out of their shyness. And about us, so our mission is to provide a foundation for underprivileged youth to overcome life's difficult challenges, discover opportunity, and realize their own unique potential. For the Need Foundation started a long time ago with the mission to bring a smile to children in need. And we hosted a Christmas party every December at the county hospital in Los Angeles. And that's how this began. But during COVID, we wanted to do more. So we've expanded the past few years to year-round events. And so now we have an event-based program, which you'll see on the next slide. And that is motivated in large part by these core values, which are to demonstrate love, to lead by example, and the higher calling. And whether you have Christianity as your background or whatever your background may be, we hope that we can provide a place where you can really be part of something that's bigger than yourself. Because when you come to For the Need, you are making an impact on the lives of the kids in our programs. And whether you think so or not, you're planting seeds that they're going to grow. Those seeds are going to grow whether you see the fruits of it eventually or not. But God willing, and with our program, our goal is to have the same kids coming back over and over again, so you can really see that long-term development. Whether you're a mentor, whether you come one time to do check-in or to run food service, you're going to be seeing the same kids over and over. And that is really our goal. So after this volunteer onboarding welcome day, we're going to be doing a large push to bring in a lot of kids. We want to be able to serve as many as possible. So based on how many people we get to sign up, that's going to be that will determine our capacity, and we'll be able to serve kids based off of that. So that's that. So thank you so much for listening to that. Okay, so this is our main program. It is called the Bow and Arrow Mentorship Program. Many of you are familiar with this. We are continuing this program for another year. Yeah. Woo! And yeah, so many of you volunteered with us before, and we're so grateful. And some of you who are brand new, if you get the chance later, maybe talk to someone who's been here before. Later, Bonnie's going to share a minute about a story of an impact that's had on her or that she's had on someone. Because Bonnie has been with us for a very long time. And she's, yeah, Bonnie! We love Bonnie. We love everybody. So this is our focus, is these 3 categories kind of, they're all together. So we host these 6 camp-like events on the second Saturday of every other month. So in your folder, you'll see a calendar. So you can take that home. There's a magnet. You can put it on your wall, your fridge, anything magnetic. So you can think about our events every day. So that's kind of our main mechanism of impact, is these events. So we bring the children and often their families to you. So when you're mentoring with us, you don't have to do like this whole setup, complicated situation. You just show up, and we do all the back work behind the scenes to make sure that they get there. And that is really like our main program. And additionally, this year, we're going to be doing these breakout events. So for people who are facilitators, such as maybe they're really good at horseback riding and they want to teach 10 kids how to horseback ride, we're going to be doing a breakout event for that. And you'll be, if you are a mentor and certain other roles I'll explain later, you'll have the opportunity to attend these events and build further connection with the kids in our program. And those are not required, but they are optional and fun, and we're hoping to do lots of them. And so basically the next step here is that each event facilitates a connection between the mentors and the mentees. The mentors we call bows, and the mentees we call arrows. And this is a symbol of, the arrows. They're really strong and powerful. And in your packet, there's a little card with an I am an arrow statement. And this is something that we try to instill in the kids. They get rewarded if they memorize it. And well, they will be this year. We're re-implementing that. And so the bow and arrow image is that they're powerful. They have the ability to do great good, but they also have the ability to do great harm. And as bows, we are trying to guide them to the best life possible, to really build on that foundation they have and try and really be that connection and community for them to help guide them as bows toward the best direction possible. So that, and to build memories that last a lifetime. And then the last thing is we integrate teaching priceless life skills into these events. So not only are we providing this fun, cool camp-like day, we're also integrating these life skills. So we'll have an event, our first event in February 10th, is going to be a rocket launch day. And we've done this annually for the past 3 or 4 years, where we do a rocket launch day at the beginning of the year, and we teach the kids about how to set goals and how to aim high and reach for the stars. And that's our first event. So it's kind of blended in with the activity. So that's how we kind of do what we do. So thank you for listening to that slide. All right, next I'm going to share this testimonial, and we'll have Bonnie share after that. So this is a program participant's guardian shared this with us, the parent. She said, "This program has helped my son open up a bit. He is struggling with growing up and dealing with reality. For the Need makes him feel welcome, and he looks forward to being away from the city. The program has provided a fun and safe atmosphere and is helping him come out of his shell. He was given the opportunity to attend camp, which was something that I could not have afforded. He looks forward to many more years in the program." So that was really touching when we received this. We're just like, wow, you can see the impact that we're having on like even the guardians of the kids in our program. And Bonnie, if you want to come up, okay, let's go, Bonnie.
Hi, everyone. So yes, I've been here since the beginning, and so I know Mayan for a while, and we had talked back in the past about we'd been a part of many different volunteer organizations, but never felt like we connected. Like we never had the opportunity to know a kid, and I was so grateful to you guys for starting the organization because I feel like that's happened. But the most surprising thing to me is I came into it and I thought, well, I'm going to bond with a kid. But what was surprising to me more than that is bonding with families. So I have 2 examples where in the beginning, I remember the first day there was a family there, multiple children, the mother and the father, and I tried to go up to the mom, and she just wouldn't even talk to me. I mean, we have different colored skin, who knows what her experiences are, but she just wouldn't speak to me. And so we just kept trying. I tried every event. And there was one boy in the event too that he wouldn't speak also, but I could tell you 3 years later, we now have a relationship with the mom. She talks to me about things with her children. The boy is speaking. So that to me is like something I did not expect. I did not expect to bond with families. And then there's one other girl that I love. She's a little person, so I'm probably the same size as her. But she has so many goals, and I think like just to hear these children and like the goals that they have and what they want to do. She wants to design clothes, and she wants to do all these big things. And so to be someone that can help them imagine these goals and realize these goals, I think is so fulfilling. So I hope that you guys can experience that too. But it's been an amazing time, and I look forward to this year.
And now we're going to take a segment to discuss these roles, and you can ask questions about these roles and see where you might see yourself fitting in. So first off, we have NOCs. These are one-time volunteer. There's no requirement. You can just show up. Well, you have to obviously tell us that you're coming, and you have to sign up. There is a requirement of signing up always, no matter what, because we promote safety, and that is very important to us, which you'll hear more about soon. So these NOCs, they can just show up. You can be any age. We prefer 13 and up with parents' permission, 15 and up, if 15 and up as well. And 16 and up, well, it's included in 13 and up, sorry. 13 and up, we prefer for the NOCs position. If they're mature, they can be 13 and older, but we really prefer maturity and that kind of thing. So if you are in, like, for example, like an honor society or something else where like you're getting volunteer hours for an activity, then you are welcome to come at that young age of 13. And this is probably where you will fit in and where you will see yourself becoming part of our program. So you start as a NOC. Everyone in that younger age range starts as a NOC. And then the next role is an anchor. So these are NOCs who've been NOCs for 2 events, and then you can be promoted to an anchor. An anchor is where you are part of a service team. You become part of that team. So for example, we have here like an Aero store clerk. And that will be like they set up the Aero store where the kids can spend their tickets that they earn throughout the day. And there's a team for that. There's a team for check-in. Bringing in the families, welcoming them, thanking them for coming, finding out their name and giving them their name tag. There's checkout, where you retrieve those, setup, breakdown, Ticketmaster, where you approve of ticket distribution. We are rolling out a new scanner this year where we will be able to scan in tickets. So we can have a Ticketmaster who's scanning in tickets for kids who are earning tickets. They love tickets. And so those are anchors. If you've been at our events in the past, those of course will count toward any of these requirements. And the next activity, or the next volunteer role is an archer. So if you have a special skill, such as teaching horseback riding, like I mentioned earlier, maybe scuba diving, although that would be complicated, but or cooking, for example. If you have some sort of special skill that you want to instill and teach the next generation, we are looking for people like you as well to sign up as these archers. And you are, the people like helping the bows and arrows launch. And so please, if you have any of those skills, please write that on your interest form in the other skills, or check all the skills that you have as well. So as I'm going through this, please be looking at your packet there and signing up for things as you see fit. So yeah, the only requirement for that is that you have a special skill or experience to share. And at our events, we will bring in these archers, and they'll come for maybe an hour or 2 hours, and they lead their activity, and then the groups will rotate and they'll lead their activity a few times for the groups. So that is a really fun experience. It's pretty low commitment. Usually you only have to come to one event or maybe lead a breakout event, and we help you facilitate all of that, of course. So those are archers. And the next is safety and security. So we have a safety and security team, and this is where the age requirements start coming in. You have to be 18 and up to do our security because you have to be background checked. You have to pass a live scan, which we will be providing here today, starting at our break. And so security includes things such as ensuring the safe arrival of our children, bringing them from the cars into the events, and then making sure that when they leave the event, they get into the right car. And we have a process for that. So it's a very big deal. If a kid gets in the wrong car, they go to the wrong house, it's a problem. So we can't have that happening. So safety is incredibly important. That's a minimum. But of course, there's other things we want to ensure as well, such as monitoring the premise, doing rounds, making sure kids aren't running away or escaping or ending up in the parking lot or anything like that. So safety and security are very important to us, and that is why we've made this a separate role this year for the first time. It is its own team, so you will be responsible for reporting incidents and things like that. And of course, all of these will get more instruction as you sign up, as you check what you're interested in doing. So we don't need to go in all the nitty-gritty today, just a little bit of the nitty-gritty. And then, so yes, they have to do that and then attend the training, which you're all here, so awesome. Or watch the video, which we'll be posting in a few weeks. And then the next one is crossbow. So this one also has an age requirement, 14 to 18, although we will accept 13 with parents' permission, and with that, again, if they're in some sort of after like school program where we can recognize that they're able to be a crossbow. So the goal of a crossbow is to become a bow eventually, to become a longbow or an intern. So the crossbows are younger age usually, and they will train alongside the bows, which you'll hear about next soon. So they will train alongside the bows. They become part of a group. So you're not going to be always one-on-one with the kid. You're also part of a group, and it's based around age brackets. And so yeah, so the crossbows will come in, and they're more of the peer mentor relationship. So they're around the same age as a lot of the kids in the program, or maybe a few years older. So you really get to bond more like, hey, what are you doing at school next week? You know, it's more of that peer relationship. So that's our crossbows, and that is also a team. And your goal is to make friends with the arrows kind of as peers. And then the last one here, I'm going to skip to bow. So the crossbows are training to be bows, and the bows are, you know, most of you guys we're hoping will sign up to be bows. We want people who are over 18, who've passed our background check and who've attended the training to be our bows. And these are the people who are forming the most direct relationship with the arrows. And we facilitate that at our events, as I described earlier. So these bows are attending 4 of the 6 events at least. We hope that you can attend all 6 of them. We never want to waste your time. This is one of our goals, and we want you to feel excited about coming. We do hope that our bows can sign up for at least 4 of the 6 events to really provide that continuity for the kids in the program. Because a lot of them live unstable lives, and we hope that we can provide that stability for them. And this is really hard to do because people have lives, people are busy. So we hope that you can, if you want to be a bow, you can really understand that it is a time commitment, but it's not a lot. It's only 6 events a year. And the calendar is in front of you all in your packets. You can take that home. And the crossbows as well. We want to encourage that 4 to 6 events commitment for the year. So the bows and crossbows were really encouraging and recognizing those who do those things. This year we will be having recognition systems as well, where we'll be announcing and leveling up people who've been at many events. So we're really aiming to have the same people coming back over and over. And we've had a lot of success with that in the past, where people like Bonnie, who have come for years, and we're so grateful, and her husband Joe, and now so many others of you, we hope will be part of that group as well. So that is the bows and opportunity. Oh, and then another thing we're rolling out this year, which we will have ready to go by February 10th, which is our first event, is we're going to bring in an app. It's called Mentor Hub, or potentially Pushfar. We're deciding between the two. But the goal of this app is for you to be able to connect with the arrows between events. Yes, and we've had lots of requests for this, but it's been very difficult to find something safe. So we finally have found 2 that we're deciding between that are safe, where the arrows and the bows are able to flag anything that they see as a potential problem. We're able to see all the conversation, and it doesn't allow images without approval or calling or video call without administrative approval. So we will be rolling out that as soon as February 10th, and we're really excited. We'll have all the bows and arrows, download the app together and learn how to use it together. So that's going to be really exciting. We're really glad to be able to do that. Yay. And then also the last role here that we have listed is a longbow. So this is also another position that is new this year. Those of you who've been here before might not know about this position, but as of up until now, it's been staff doing this role, and it's a lot because we have, maybe up to 100 people in our program at once. And the longbows, their goals are to build relationships primarily with the guardians of the children. So this is often one parent who is the mother or father of a whole household, or sometimes a guardian like an aunt or a grandma or something like that. So the goal of the longbow is to really be able to connect between events, and we will provide more instruction on this later, like if you sign up for this. But of course, our goal for them is to be able to call them and be like, hey, like, how's it going? Have you moved? Are you coming to our next event? Do you need transportation? We'll set that up for you, and things like that. It also is super helpful if you know Spanish for this role. So if any of you know Spanish, please sign up for this. We would love that. And the goal for that is, the requirement for that is also, unfortunately, age 18 and up, because you have to pass that background check as well. But if you are younger and you're really interested in this role, please talk to me, email me, write it on your form, and we can look into exceptions for that, because we do need more people for this role, and we can work together on that. So this does involve reaching out between the events, and some more of that instruction will follow if you sign up for that position, and it's going to be great.
One of the big changes for this year is that we are going to try to specifically match bows with arrows. A lot of times people come to the event and you'll connect with a kid, and that connection is everything. Finding out how they are doing, what they're into. We have a great connection with waste management. Some of these kids, and I was just talking to Mario, who's a legendary status. He's one of the kids that were in our program, and now he's a volunteer, but he was just talking about getting a job. And so if you were connected with him, if you were his beau, you could talk to him through that, and we have connections to actually getting them work. So it's just such a great thing to just actually form that relationship, and it's really a natural thing. You'll meet somebody that you connect with, and you'll be like, hey, I really want to pair up with this kid, and you'll have that connection, and now be able to talk to them through Mentor Hub, and then talk about breakout events if they want to go horseback riding. Maybe you want to go with them. Surfing. Steve,
Let's go.
Yeah. But that's the big difference. We're really trying to forge that connection.
And then I have one more slide before we can get started on our live scan and our break, which are going to happen concurrently. And then the live scan is going to continue. So once you finish your live scan, you can come back in, and then the next person who needs a live scan will go out to the live scan station, and they'll work with the live scan team. They are directly to the left of the check-in area. There's some signs, so you should follow the signs, and you'll go there. So yes, that'll be the live scan. And then I have one more slide where this is a fun little aspect that we added this year as well. It is a volunteer and donor portal. So you can find this by going to the website, which you could do now if you want. You can pull out your phone and go to the website so you could see how to find this. Whoa. And from here, you'll be able to see all our events when they're happening. You can be able to sign up to volunteer for them at these little tabs here. So you go to the volunteer tab on our website. This is a screenshot of that with an arrow. Looks good. The arrow is not on the website. I added that. So you can click volunteer, and then you can scroll down and click log in here. Even if you don't think you've set a password yet, you'll have to create one. But we have your email. So if you use the same email you used to sign up with today, then you have an account with us, and you can create your own password. And then you can change what your email subscriptions are, password, visit our website, and then our YouTube channel where we'll have the training once it's uploaded.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What's the website?
So if you go to fortheneed.org, and then you can click volunteer tab, and then you can get in through there. So yeah, that's the only way to get into it, because it's for you guys and the donors as well. So you'll see donation history, but you can ignore that if you don't donate.
It's not an app.
It's not an app. It's part of our website.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But yes, it is shared between volunteers and donors, so you're going to see the donor history. And then before February 10th, we're going to add the Arrow family portion so they can log into their portions as well. So you'll see that. You can just ignore that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so thank you. This was really fun. It's kind of a lot of work, but it was, I think, worth it. So you can have more visibility. So you'll always know when things are happening. Okay, and last but not least, this is the Q&A, but we already did most of the Q&A. This is our contact information. It would be great if you all save this. So if you have questions, you can reach out to us. This is our office phone. It's right here. It's an iPhone. You can send pictures. You can send text, group texts. Wow. You can call, FaceTime. That is our office. That is our office phone number, and then our office email, which we read all of those emails. They go to me and anyone else who's on our team at that time. And then our website, of course, our Instagram and Facebook, which you should totally follow. Keep up to date on everything we're doing. And then now, you know, the live scan paperwork materials release at this time. And you guys have been so amazing and wonderful and great. We are going to take our break, and at this time we can form a line for live scan, eat some more snacks, and we will meet back in here at 11:10.
At this time, you can email info@fortheneed.org with the subject line New Volunteer to get all the necessary paperwork, including the interest form, to become a new volunteer. Or visit our website to apply online. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to making a difference with you.